to move, how to do this, that, and the other. Well, this one was a little bit different. This sister is one of my Self-Crown VIP members, and her question was simply, why do men, period, why do men, like, why do we have the gall? Why do we have the gumption to do some of the things that we do? In her case, it was, why do men feel so confident that a woman is going to accept them back, especially after everything that transpired before? Now, a little backstory, because I remember her. She didn't say it all on this conversation, on this live chat, but I remember her, I would say about a year ago. She had issues with a dude. She was trying to figure out, whether or not she should take him back. And then eventually she just said, I'm going to cut him off. Now, in the process of, I guess, since that time till now, the update has been that this man has lost over 50 pounds. Not because he's sick, but because he's so sick without her. He's so depressed. He's so upset. He's changed his life around. He's gotten therapy. He's been consistent. They got a child together. So that's where the communication comes to even know all of this. And after all of that, you might be thinking to yourself, man, he's lost so much weight. He's turned his life around. He's ready to do right. He can't live without her. She's got to be a horrible person. No. She's not a horrible person, because she's still saying, I'm not giving him another chance. Yeah, he lost all that weight. He can go and take Jared's spot for Subway or something. Maybe he can go get a Slim Fast endorsement, but he's not getting another chance over here. And she's not being ice cold or messed up bitch. She's really just reflective of like being done. I don't know if any of y'all ever been in that situation where dude won a chance after chance and you had given him them chances, but he didn't do right by him. And then you got to a point where you honestly did not care. If he became Jesus Jr., you were not giving that man another chance to waste your time or to do right by you. You were just done. Because that's what happened with her. She had given him chances. She had set conditions. And typically a man, if he cares at all about the woman, yeah, he may mess up, need multiple chances or whatever. But when a woman kicks him out the house and says, these are my conditions, he will typically rise to the occasion, at least to the best of his effort. This particular brother didn't. He said, screw you and the conditions. And then whenever she said, okay, well, you're not getting another chance, he came back again and was like, well, maybe one of those conditions. She didn't fold. At this point, she was done. He didn't really believe her. So month after month passed by, and this man done lost weight. He ain't looking the same. He ain't feeling the same. And she's like, why does he have the confidence? It's so stupid. Does he not realize I'm done? I'm not trying to bash my brothers, but let me tell you about men in this situation. Yes, men like this are stupid. Not bashing them, but to an immature man, to an unwise man, your loyalty makes him stupid. Not to all men. So my brothers out there, get your draws out of bunch, okay? Evolved men don't have the same reaction. But while your loyalty is really communicating to a man that you care about him, this is the way that you show up in a relationship. When you're serious about a relationship, it's tunnel vision. You go all in or nothing at all. That's what your loyalty is meaning to communicate as a woman whenever you're loyal to a man. But to an immature man, that loyalty says you ain't got nobody else. You ain't never going nowhere. He can do whatever he want to. You stuck on stupid. That's what to an immature man. So yes, he pretty much came in stupid, but it really makes him stupid. Like coming in without you being loyal, it's like, well, I know I gotta do my thing. I gotta show up, whatever. The moment he locks in that you are loyal, all common sense just shuts off like a kill switch, like an emergency brake. Okay. And that's what happened with this guy. So what happens whenever you finally are done is so confusing. You're dealing with a man who's not operating with common sense to see that you really are checked out. You're done. You're not trying to listen. You're not trying to compromise, negotiate. You don't want to talk about nothing because that loyalty of yours really wired his brain and like, cause it was immature, because it starts with him, into thinking that, oh, you really ain't got no other options. Like you can't live life without him, and he don't really get it yet. That's why a man will have the confidence that you're going to continue to accept him back, or that you're eventually going to come back. And he seems so stupid that he just doesn't get it. Yeah, your loyalty did that to him. Sorry, call me victim blaming all you want to. But because he has an immature mind, he didn't understand how to understand and interpret your loyalty true to what it really is. Now, another reason why a man in that situation will have confidence that you're going to accept him back is because he's not even operating reflective to the state of the situation, to the nature of the dynamic of the situation. He's operating strictly from his brokenness. Yeah, he's operating from his brokenness. And what happens when a man is operating from his brokenness, it's like a survival mode. Once that Band-Aid gets stripped off, that abandonment wound is opened, especially if he tried to replace you with somebody else, and I'll tell you why in just a second, But if that abandonment wound gets wide open, it's not even an expectation that you're going to take him back. It's a desperation. Like, please take me back. I don't care. I have nothing else to lose. Now, the reason why I said if he tried to replace you and failed, and this is something a lot of brothers going to get mad at me for revealing, but it is what it is. When a man thinks that, okay, give it some time, she going to come back, or give it some time, she going to fold, and then I'll come back. He a lot of times will lean on another woman as a crutch, a rebound of sorts. Now, here's the thing about the rebound. The rebound was likely attracted to that man in the version of himself that thought everything was good. When he was confident, when his, head was together for the most part. He talked the talk, he could do this, that, and the other. He was suave, he was smooth, he could have sex, he could function, maybe spent a little money. But here's what happens. After some time of you not responding the way that man thought you would respond, even though he's with a rebound, even though he got a whole nother chick that's in his face, it'll start hurting him. It'll start haunting him that you're not doing what he thought you would do. And when you don't do what a man thinks you're supposed to do, his mind will go on a race and start considering all the things you might be doing. You might move to another country. You might be getting pounded out by his best friend, his worst enemy. You might be falling in love with somebody 10 times better. It'll start haunting him. And then from there, his brokenness, that being haunted, that being consumed with those thoughts, will start translating over to the space that he shares with his new chick, whoever this rebound girl is. And now she's looking at him and she's getting I got a lot on my mind today. Oh, my D don't get hard, really, because he's heartbroken and depressed. Oh, I ain't really got no money right now. I ain't been able to work. And the whole time he's grieving the loss of you, his pride is keeping him from resolving any conflict. Maybe some level of common sense could be there, knowing that it's over with at this point. But the new chick is going to say, oh, I don't want you either. Y'all ever been around a man, and I hate to say it like this, but he was so emotionally unhinged, meaning he just crying all over the place. He's so depressed. You understand being a safe space for a man, but this ain't safe for nobody. This ain't even a space you want to be in. He's so emotionally unhinged where you just like, I thought I liked you, but you need to go see a therapist. Put I down in the chat if you've ever dealt with a man like that. His sob stories just went to a whole different level to where you was like, let me just let you have some time. So when that happens, that man no longer has that crutch. He's no longer in a space to go pull something new. He can't give he'll go to a bar trying to talk to another chick, and the conversation will somehow drift on to you, and he'll spill out to her. Like, he won't be able to function. And then he'll come back thinking that he can get another chance with you, but not really thinking that he can. It's just a desperation. Please, I ain't got nothing. I'm nothing without you. And you a lot of times will hear that from a man. A man will literally say, I'm nothing without you. My life ain't been the same without you. That's why. He ain't really got confidence. He's really defaulting to you in a sense. He's explored every other option besides coming back, and now he really is messed up. And in this case, I absolutely vouch for you not taking him back, because eventually, not that I'm so callous against men, but that will pass. He'll get to feeling better. The emotions will leave. He'll feel good again. And then you're going to get the real version of him, not the survival mode version that wants another chance. Now, one more reason why a man will have confidence that you're going to come back is because a lot of men these days are not aware that women these days don't all the time need additional options. Like, today's women don't need another man in order to be done with the wrong man. And that used to be our mentality. Matter of fact, we kind of got taught that by y'all. We heard from women growing up, what one man won't do, another man will. Well, modern women don't necessarily go by that anymore. Modern women will really drop a man without another man in the plan B, or in the background, in the dugout. She will literally drop a man just so she can lay hold to her peace. And there's a lot of men who think from an egotistical place of being competitive, oh, since I ain't got no better options than her, therefore I want to get back with her. If I can be better than her options, we both gonna be with each other. And so they come back thinking, I just gotta outdo her options. I gotta give more money. I gotta give more flowers. I gotta make more promises. I gotta look better. I gotta smell better. He's thinking in terms of, if there's another man, I gotta win out. I gotta beat him out. And this is where we're a lot of times mistaken, because he was never competing with another man. He was competing with the happiness that you establish in your single life. That's what he was competing with. You got with that man. If you were whole, healthy, you were operating from that place. You weren't operating from, okay, I got 20 different guys. I got to have somebody in this role. So whoever wins, is who I'm going to be with. But if you were operating from a place of, whether you're entertaining somebody else or not, I'm good by myself. You got to be better than what I am by myself. And then he dropped below that for too long. You don't need another option. And so he comes back thinking, he don't understand. It was never about another man. It was about him not being the man that he presented himself as in the very beginning. So a lot of men will operate on this confidence, if you will, this idea that, they can get back in if they just beat out this guy, and it was never about them beating out another guy. I know he ain't loving you like I can. Right, because she's loving her better than you ever did. He can't screw you like I can, but he got more money than me. She wasn't with you because you screwed her with. If anything, it was a gift to you. She know how to please herself probably better than you. We don't like to hear that truth either, but we're going to keep it moving. And this is what the beautiful thing is about women who have done the work on themselves, who have evolved to that point where it's not him versus another him. It's him versus your peace. It's him versus your health. It's him versus your mental stability. It's him versus your emotional safety. When a man has to, quote unquote, compete with that means he has to also evolve to provide that for himself. Then he can project that into a relationship with you, and both of you guys can operate from overflow of the work that you did before you met each other, and then have that healthy relationship of two givers, not one-sided relationship. One just taking while the other one is giving until they have nothing left. But the problem is, a lot of women, we unfortunately have not covered this ground yet. While you guys have gotten there, modern women are further ahead than ever before in taking care of themselves. You're not as far ahead in positioning yourself for a man who has done the exact same thing, for a man who can support you in doing the exact same thing. So what we have today, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, is a lot of overqualified women per what they're coming across on the dating scene. You've done the work on yourself. You're happy in your singleness, et cetera, et cetera. But let's be real. You wouldn't mind companionship. You wouldn't mind somebody to do life with. But what you're coming across is men who have not taken on the same responsibility to work on themselves also. Correct me if I'm wrong now. And this is why I did my masterclass to teach women, which has been really helpful, apparently, according to the reviews, in positioning yourselves for an evolved man. If you have not gotten access to that masterclass, because I went in on that one for over an hour, click the link that you see pinned right down here in the comments. This one right here. Click that link, get access to it. Secrets to Making Evolved Men Crave You, where I help close the gap for those of you who have done the work, you're ready for a real relationship. You can operate in a healthy relationship. You just need to be able to identify the man who's equally yoked with you on a mental, emotional, soulful level. That's all. And you need to know how to attract those men into your life, not chase them. Not beg, not be inauthentic, but simply attract them so you can choose the right one for you. Click that link that you see pinned right here, down in the comments, also in the caption whenever you back out. Because that's the strategies, that's the missing piece for those of y'all who are repeating the pattern of men who are not simply not on your level. And you end up trying to raise them and discipline them into the type of man, or consistently to be the type of man that they presented themselves as. But moral of the story is this. The reason why a lot of times a man will just have confidence. You're going to keep giving him chance after chance. He just have so much confidence. You don't know where it come from. And the number one reason I stand by this is that when you are loyal to him, his misinterpretation has brainwashed him into forgetting who the you are. Your loyalty, and more so his interpretation or misinterpretation of your loyalty, brainwashed him into forgetting who you are and what you don't need from him and how well you can do without him. That's it. But I'm just your internet brother trying to look out. If you got anything from this, anything, bless somebody else on your timeline by hitting that share button right now. Share it. Don't be selfish. And if you're in the market for an evolved man, click the link that you see pinned right down here, down in the comments. Get access to that. Hop on over. Watch that free masterclass, Secrets to Making Evolved Men Crave You. It's a free masterclass over an hour. All you got to do is register before it comes down. So holla at y'all later. Y'all be good. Peace.